Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make a virtual classroom in Google Slides. So the first thing you want to do is start with a blank slide, and if you get the text boxes, you just want to delete those. Then you want to change your background. So you go to choose image, and I like to start with a Google image search right here and type in empty room. And the reason I like to use the Google image search is because it's royalty free. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. And you click done. You can see I do have one here already. And then you want to search any images to build up your background. Now, I don't want to have images for the kids to click on just yet. So I started here with a whiteboard, and you can see here I have a whiteboard and some tables. These are things that I don't want the students to manipulate. I'm not going to have links on these. So in order to do that, I first searched for a whiteboard that is a PNG. You want to make sure that the images you add are all PNGs. So you just go search images, whiteboard PNG, or whatever image you want, click on it. You'll notice that if the background here is black and it's just the image itself, most likely that means it's a PNG. Now, in order to save space on your computer, just do right click and copy the image. And that way you don't have to save it. And then, let's redo this, and then just paste it. And then you can shrink your image, get it to whatever size you want, and you can use the grid lines to center it. If you don't want it centered and you want to move it higher, however you want to move it, you just adjust to the way that you'd like it. Okay, so then you want to add whatever other items you want. Let's see, so here I have a whiteboard, and then I did 2 tables. Now these are the items that I want to have in my background, but I don't want the students to be able to move them. So what you're going to want to do is download this and make this whole thing a background. So in order to do that, we're going to download just this slide. And we're going to download it as a PNG image. And you'll see it download right here. Leave that right here. Now, you're going to create a new slide. You'll notice that I have a lot of slides here of the same thing, and I'll explain in just a second why. And you want to click right in between here. Now, sometimes it's hard to get right in between. If you find it too difficult, click the grid view, and you'll have a little more space to be able to click in between the boxes. Okay. And then you want to do Control M will give you a new slide, or you can just go File and you can add a slide that way. Sorry, here. And then you want to make sure that you delete those text boxes. Okay, so now we're going to go to Background, choose Image, but this time go over here to Upload. And then you'll see it says drag a file here. So you're going to drag and drop that file or that slide that you downloaded as a PNG. And now you will see that those images are no longer able to be moved. Now you'll notice that I still have the slide that I had originally created, and I want to leave that there for now. And the reason I'm going to leave that there is because if I decide, maybe I find a different picture that I would, preferred and wish that I had instead, well, now I can adjust it and remake it. And I often find myself making a classroom or working on a classroom and then wanting to adjust it. And if you delete the slide completely, you will not be able to undo the slide that you had made before, because it's now a picture, essentially. It's now part of the background. Okay, so once you have your background, it's time to add the images that you do want the students to be able to click on. So here I've already added some images, and these all have links. I'm going to go ahead and remove the link here so I can show you how to do it. So I have an image here of the water cycle, and I'm going to add a link to a video that I have picked out about the water cycle. So you click on the link, and you're going to copy it. And then once you have the item highlighted that you want to link to, you go to Insert, go down here to Link, or you can just push Control K. And then you want to insert your link, click Apply. So all of these different things I've added links to, and you can just click it here to see if you've added links. Okay, so once you've done that and you filled all your, you put in all your images and it's done, then you can go ahead and get rid of the other extra slides. Now, I'm not quite finished with this one yet, but I do have a virtual classroom that I can show you that is already completed. Now, this is the first one that I made, and in order for these to work correctly, you want them to be in present mode. And there's two ways that you can do this. When you are sending it to someone, if you come up here, you'll see the word edit up here at the top. What you can do is actually delete the word edit and type in present. And when you do that, you can actually copy this URL and send it in an email or attach it as a link. And when it is clicked, when it's opened, it'll actually open this in present mode. So it will not open in an edit mode at all. All right, so I've also added audio, and I'm going to show you how I do that. And that's where I have my directions and my introduction. So when you do that, what I have found actually is when you're adding audio, the best way for me anyway, to get a really good, clear audio is to use your phone's voice recorder. And I have used many, many different audio tools. I've tried the talk and comment, which actually made my voice very deep. And even though it was very convenient, it didn't work for me. I know it's great for other people. It just didn't work for me. I've tried all kinds of different tools, and none of them were quite as good and quick as using my own voice recorder. And then I just emailed the voice clip to myself and then uploaded it into my Google Drive. You might need to change the share settings on your audio clip. And then what you do is you go to Insert, Audio, and then you can just double click on your audio that you want to insert, and then you can change that audio. Right here, you can click to make it play automatically, which is probably ideal for when you are adding, when you want something to play for, like with directions, you want those directions to play automatically. You don't want your student to have to click on something in order to make it play. And then you can either click here to hide the icon if you want the icon to be on the screen. I have mine off to the side so it wouldn't be visible anyway. And you can also recolor it if you do want the audio to be something that you want the student to click on. And you can also replace the image, and I already have it typed in here. You can type in play button, and then it will change the image. You can see here it is pink. And you can move it and move it to a different place. You can change the size of it. But I do not want that audio in here, so I'm going to delete it. All right, so let's play this. Let me put it in present mode and show you what it looks like. Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Clark, and this is my classroom.
Click on the different pictures and images, and they will take you to all kinds of neat places. Have fun!
All right, so you can see that everything that I move my cursor to, when it turns to a hand, you can click on it. So if I click over here on the computer, it will take me to a typing game for kids. And if I click over here on this little guy, he's a symbol for Go Noodle. That takes me to the Go Noodle page. If I click on the store, it takes me to the U.S. government, or the U.S. Mint, which has a lot of games for about money. And
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Clark, and this is my classroom.
And there it
Click
goes
on
again.
The different pictures and images, and they will take you to all kinds of neat places.
Now it did that because I went back in the slide, and then you can just go to the other slides. Now see, I need to delete those slides. Otherwise, if I left them, then it would take me through, or it would take the students to all those different slides, and we don't want to do that. But you can see there that what essentially the classroom will look like and how to manipulate it.